Hello everyone and welcome to this exciting video on Amazon Web Services. Are you ready to dive into the dynamic world of AWS and discover the power behind? In this video, we'll explore the incredible global infrastructure that fuels AWS, giving you a glimpse into how it enables businesses to innovate, scale, and thrive. If you're new here and looking to learn more about AWS, cloud computing, or tech tutorials, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, make sure that you subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos. Alright, let's get started. So, what exactly is AWS? AWS or Amazon Web Services is the world's leading and one of the most secure cloud platforms. It provides over 200 fully featured services from data centers around the globe. These services span a wide range of services, including computing power, virtual private networks, storage, databases, content delivery, and much more. Trusted by billions from individual developers and startups to large corporations and governments, AWS connects users across the internet, offering unparalleled flexibility, scalability, and reliability. Whether you're launching a new venture or managing complex enterprise requirements, AWS offers the tools and services needed to innovate and grow in the cloud. It's all about equipping you with the infrastructure to drive progress and achieve your goals. Let's break down the AWS cloud infrastructure. It's designed to ensure that AWS services are highly available, scalable, and have low latency. The AWS cloud spans 105 availability zones within 33 geographic regions. AWS is constantly expanding with plans for 18 more availability zones and 6 more AWS regions in Malaysia, Mexico, New Zealand, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Thailand, and the AWS European Sovereign Cloud. Also, AWS offers 41 local zones to provide ultra low latency access to specific AWS services for users in major population centers and IT hubs. This setup helps AWS provide reliable and fast services to users no matter where they are. Now let's talk about the backbone of AWS Global Reach, its network of data centers, which are organized into regions and availability zones. Regions are independent geographical areas like London or Sydney, and each one has multiple data centers known as availability zones. These zones are separate from each other, so if one has an issue, your application can switch to another zone and keep running smoothly. This is what we mean by high availability. The physical separation of these zones also means that services are placed closer to users, ensuring low latency. By having multiple regions and availability zones, AWS provides global coverage, fault tolerance, and high availability for its services. This setup helps keeps your applications running reliably and quickly, no matter where your users are. Okay, now moving on to availability zone. Each availability zone is a super secure data center or a group of them working together. Each zone in a region operates independently with its own power sources, network, and interconnections. So, if one has an issue, the other keeps services available. These zones don't share data centers, making each one unique and reliable. Within an availability zone, the data centers are connected by low latency private network links, ensuring smooth and safe communication. Additionally, zones in different regions are linked by resilient low latency interconnects. Plus, these zones are strategically spaced apart to enhance disaster recovery and minimize the risk of multiple failures simultaneously. This ensures a robust and dependable cloud environment that you can count on. Alright, lastly, let's talk about edge locations. These are special AWS sites set up in major cities and densely populated areas around the world. There are way more edge locations than regions, over 102 of them currently. They play a crucial role for AWS services like AWS CloudFront, which uses these locations to cache data and speed up response to users. Think of edge locations as a global content delivery network or CDN that accelerates your content to users. So, when end users access your services, they're likely interacting with an edge location. For example, imagine your website is hosted in the Ohio region and you have set up a CloudFront distribution. If someone in Europe visits your site, they'll be redirected to the nearest edge location in Europe. This local cache helps them load your website much quicker, reducing latency significantly. It's all about making sure your content is delivered swiftly, no matter your user's location. Alright, so we're diving deeper into the AWS Cloud environment to explore two key concepts: AWS Wavelength Zones and AWS Local Zones. These services help bring AWS infrastructure closer to users, and I'm going to explain exactly how they work and why they matter. Let's start with AWS Wavelength Zones. Now, these are specifically designed to support applications that require ultra low latency connectivity, particularly like 5G mobile networks. Think of wavelength zones as mini AWS regions located at the edge of telecommunication networks. By placing AWS services right at the 5G edge, it reduces the time it takes for data to travel between devices and the cloud. So, if you're working on real time applications like live video streaming, augmented reality, or connected vehicles, wavelength zones allow you to process data much faster, making users' experience smoother. To summarize, wavelength zones are AWS' way of delivering cloud services directly to 5G networks, cutting down the time it takes for data to reach the cloud. Now let's talk about AWS local zones. These are a bit different. AWS local zones bring AWS services closer to major cities and metro areas where you might have specific latency or data residency requirements. For example, if you're working on gaming, media production, or live event broadcasting, local zones allow you to run applications that need super low latency or need to keep data within a specific geographic area. Unlike wavelength zones, which are focused on 5G networks, local zones are meant for workloads that need to be closer to the end user in specific cities. This helps reduce delays for users, making it perfect for industries like media, entertainment, and real time gaming. In short, AWS local zones bring cloud services closer to users in major metro areas, helping reduce latency and support workloads with specific geographic requirements. As we conclude, let's recap what we have explored today. We have gained an understanding of AWS Cloud and its robust global infrastructure, and the roles of AWS regions, availability zones, and edge locations. We have also discussed how AWS wavelength and local zones work and why they matter. These elements ensure high availability, fault tolerance, and low latency, making AWS a reliable, scalable, and fast cloud platform. That wraps up today's video. If you found the content useful, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with others who might benefit. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop any questions or topic suggestions in the comments. Your feedback really helps us improve. If you're interested in diving deeper into AWS, check out our latest CLF C02 course. You can find the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.